You hear us constantly talk about Bommarito Automotive Skyfox in the air, but what about on the ground? We have the Bommarito Automotive Group 500 coming to Gateway. Let's go ahead and talk with Mr. Charlie Kimball, first licensed driver with diabetes to race in the IndyCar. But before we get into that, because, you know, we definitely have to find out how you're keeping yourself healthy in such long races. Tell us about racing at Gateway. What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I'm really excited. You know, racing under the lights is always one of the better shows that the Verizon IndyCar Series puts on. And so to be out on a Saturday night under the lights, it's a very challenging short track for us as drivers and the engineers. The two different ends of the racetrack are very different, and I think the fans are going to see one heck of a motor race. You know, we'll see speeds averaging 175, 180, maybe even up 185, 190 mile an hour average around the racetrack.
You did the commemorative first lap for us. Tell us what is so special about that? Well, it's the first lap, and I got to do it first, but other than that, what is so special about it?
Well, it's obvious that Gateway Motorsports Park has invested so much in the facility. You know, a full repave, it's not a small thing, and so to be able to go out and compete, and for me, being able to take a Honda around on the ceremonial first lap was extra special, and to show members of the media as well as fans of Gateway Motorsports Park that they've done a great job. And more importantly, it's going to lead to great racing, because you put 20, 21, 22 Indy cars out there and new asphalt. I think it's going to make for a really good show Saturday night.
I swear, things are going to be screaming. Things are going to be screaming. I got to ask you about your health. I mean, obviously you're in really, really great shape, but these races are long. How do you keep yourself healthy on such a long race?
Well, because of my diabetes, my IndyCar is different than everyone else's. I wear a continuous glucose monitor, so I have a sensor on my body, and it transmits to a display that plugs into the car's data system. So on my steering wheel, I have speed, lap time, oil pressure, blood sugar, water temperature, my car and body data right there together.
That's cool.
And so the neat thing for me is being able to partner with Novo Nordisk, the company that makes the insulins I use, and the Race with Insulin program. We're able to share my message and encourage people, if it's drive race cars or play baseball or be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, with the right tools and the right team, the right management, you can do almost anything you want in life with diabetes.
What do you think about a young child who might have just learned that they have type 1 diabetes and they're like, that could never be me? What would you say to them?
I think it takes a whole team. It's about family and support, and especially for young children, it's a lot about the parents encouraging them and making sure that those doors are open. I was diagnosed a little later in life at 22, so I'd already fallen in love with racing. I'd turned down college, I'd gone to Europe to race cars, and I wasn't going to let getting diagnosed get in the way of my dream. And so I hope that my story inspires the next generation. And as I said, if that's racing drivers or something else, I just hope that they believe they can do what they dream of.
Just make sure you get yourself a great team. You glossed over something there. You turned down college. Let me read this. Stanford specifically. How did that conversation go with your family?
Well, my dad's a mechanical engineer and designed race cars. That's how I got into racing. And in fact, the reason I run the number 83 car for Chip Ganassi Racing is 1983 was Chip, my team owner's, best finish as a driver in the Indy 500 in a car my dad designed. So after I got accepted to Stanford, I talked to my parents. Stanford was kind enough to give me a 2-year deferral, so I took a 2-year break, and it went really well. And I was winning races and moving up the ladder, and I'd love to go back to college at some point. And I don't know if I'd study engineering like I'd planned or something else fun, you know, physics or game theory, some other mathematic-based enjoyment.
It sounds like everything you're doing would definitely give you a leg up on that. Well, you can definitely pay for it. And congratulations. Welcome to St. Louis. And everybody, go ahead and make sure you head out to Madison, Illinois. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 Verizon IndyCar Series race will be at Gateway Motorsports Park, 700 Raceway Boulevard in Madison. That'll be August 26th, 7 p.m. Just go to gatewaymsp.com. Remember, you can do anything. You can do it quick as long as you have a great team behind you on the 9 a.m. show.